Trustee Cook?
So I have, we've talked about this before, and it's the shortage of our support staff. So I really am concerned. It's impacting kids returning to school, whether it's an integration from a different program back into school, or whatever the case may be. There's a waiting list at one of the schools, that's what I was told, that there is a waiting list, and so some kids can't even go because of the shortage with support staff. So not only that, but I mean, I don't know who saw the article in the Globe and Mail, but I mean, there's throughout the province, I understand that there's shortages, but it's really causing some serious safety issues in schools throughout our province. So I know you won't have the answer tonight, but what can we do moving forward now that we're getting a waiting list at schools for kids to return that have struggles, behavioral issues, whatever the case may be, and there's safety issues. I have concerns for some of our staff too. So I'm just wondering, what can we do? Is there anything that we can do, in terms of vocalizing, letter writing? I don't know.
Director?
Through you, you're right. It is an area of concern, the absenteeism, but also the number of people that we're able to. And I know Superintendent Houston has indicated that there's been a new hiring of a group of people. So I know any advocacy you can do, I suppose, with the government in terms of funding and such would be helpful. And I don't know if Superintendent Wilcox has any thoughts on that, but really it's acknowledged as a problem. I think it comes up on the calls with the chairs and the minister as well. But in particular, our support staff is something that is an area of concern, and any advocacy you can do with government or we're all working at it too. It's a hard one. I don't know if others have anything to add.
Did you want Superintendent Wilcox to respond?
Sure.
Yeah, any sort of advocacy you could provide would be great. I know HR continues to work really hard. We're holding interviews constantly. We have hired a lot of support staff, but then again, we are having support staff who are leaving those positions as well. The supervising principal of special education, Christy Sweet, is working really hard with principals. We are moving staff around to meet the needs of students, but we will continue to try to recruit as much as possible. I know that both Christy and I, as well as HR staff, have been at recruitments at St. Clair College, and we're continuing to do that, but advocacy would be very much appreciated. Thank you.
So what my supplemental would be, I hear you say advocacy would be awesome. So I'm wondering, and we've done this numerous times, if we could just do, by consensus, write a letter stating the difficulties that we're having and how it's impacting staff as well as students.
I think it's in the letter we just sent, the 5-pager.
Was that about funding?
Yeah. And it was discussed with the minister last week by the chairs right across the province. And the minister has acknowledged that he's aware. But, I mean, we could send as many letters as we like.
If he acknowledges it, then we know something is going to be done.
But I don't know what to tell you, but it's not like it hasn't been brought to the province's attention. So, but like I said, we can send as many letters as the board would like.
I would personally like as many letters as possible. I mean, this is getting to be huge, if it's not huge already. Safety-wise, it's impacting families, students, and our staff. I mean, there's safety concerns out there. And some of our students with behavioral struggles cannot return. And I know that for a fact because I was told by a principal.
Trustee Buckler?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we know what St. Clair enrollment is or the university's enrollment is on these aids that we so desperately need. Are the numbers dropping in enrollment in those programs? Or are we okay? Are the numbers there for us to draw from?
I know.
Through you, Madam Chair. Not sure. I want to change rules. Through you, Madam Chair. We're already using St. Clair College students them when they're not in classes as temporary support staff. We're already using them. They're not even graduated, and we're using them.
And, no, and I believe the minister announced some time ago that they were opening up some funding for additional spaces in post-secondary for ECEs. But I guess if I could comment, secondary to the advocacy part, I don't feel like I adequately know what our board is doing day to day when we have those classroom issues of not enough staff in our classrooms. And I think that's something that we need to be more informed of, as opposed to just keep badgering the government. I want to know what we are doing here as a board, and I don't know that we've really heard that concretely. It's a day-to-day thing. We aren't. I know, but we aren't.
We don't have, that's a problem area too.
Right. So I might bring forward a request for a report on that. Okay, so we have consensus to send a letter. Okay. Notice is a motion for this meeting. Trustee Bird.